Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, doing and know me, Kharlie Brown. Now, I don't know who this comedian is, but he tells this joke, and it's hilarious to me. Like, it's just one of those story jokes, there's a start, the punchline within it, and everything. Anyway, so you know how jokes are, but he's telling the story about a wrong number. I don't know who this comedian is, but if you guys know who this guy is, please, for the love of God, let me know who he is. Comment down below. I've looked for him. I searched the internet and I can't find him. I want to watch more of his material. So again, if you guys see him, you know who he is, please comment down below if you found out. But anyway, check this out, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you guys a little confession. It's a confession time.
Your cell phone rings and you don't recognize the number. What do? Ignore it. Ignore it. Don't answer it. Not me. I like life. The other day, my cell phone rang 917. That's a New York number. I didn't know who it was. I picked it up anyway. I hit talk. I said, hello. Guy on the line goes, hey, Bruce, what's going on? My name's Jay, not Bruce. So I said, nothing much, man. What's going on with you? And he said, I'll tell you what's going on. I just got an email about the budget. It's supposed to be $15,000. Now it's $10,000. And I'd like to know what's up. I got excited in my chest. I grabbed the steering wheel. I was like, okay, focus. Your name is Bruce. There's a budget. It was $15,000. Now it's $10,000. No one's happy about it. That's all we know. That's all we know. So I just repeated back to him what he said to me, and I go, 10,000 is supposed to be 15,000. He goes, yeah, I know. Well, I just got an email, and now it's 10. I go, listen, man, I don't know what to tell you. I've been on the road all day. I haven't even seen it. And he goes, did you send this out? I'm giving some attitude to Bruce. I didn't like it. I said, listen, man, the budget was $15,000. We had a couple extra expenditures. It went up to $16,200. I reworked it, got it down to $14,700. I had $300 to play with, so I called it $15,000, and I sent it out. And he goes, yeah, well, now it's 10, man. And I was like, oh, my God, that worked. That worked. Phase one complete. Phase one complete. Like, now I'm in the door. I have a 401k. I was at the Christmas party, okay? So he goes, did Larry okay this? I go, listen, man, I took the budget to Larry. Larry said it looked fine, but I knew it was my ass on the line, so I ran it by Jennifer, just in case, just to double check. Jennifer said it looked good. I sent it out. He goes, yeah, well, now it's 10, man. And I realized this guy has no idea what's going on over there. He hasn't talked to Larry. I know he hasn't talked to Bruce. He doesn't even recognize my voice. I know he didn't talk to Jennifer. I just made her up. So he goes, listen, man, what are we going to do about this? And I go, listen, I'm on the road right now. I haven't even seen the email. Why don't you give Larry a call, check in with him, see what he says, call me back. Just praying he will, because that return phone call was going to be amazing. And he goes, you know what? Why don't we wait till you get home, you check the email, you call Larry, you call me back. And I go, nah, bro. Larry knows way more about this than I do. Give him a call me back. He goes, okay, hangs up the phone. To which I explode with euphoria. Because there's a small business in New York that is crumbling to the ground. Over $5,000, and nobody can find Jennifer. They're looking. They're looking. I get home, I'm so excited, I take out my cell phone, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna save that guy's number, give him a call in a couple days, touch base, you know what I mean? Check in. See where we're at, So I save it in my phone under random guy. That's what he is, he's a random guy. 4 or 5 days pass, I forget about it. Laying on my couch, watching the ball game, phone rings on the dining room table. I get up, watching the game, grab the phone, watching the game, look down, random guy. But it's been a couple days, you know what I mean? So I'm like, random guy? Who's random guy? Like, who would even have random guy as their name that comes up? And then I was like, random guy! Like, now I'm panicked, you know what I mean? People's lives have been affected. It's only $5,000, but I don't know how big that company is. But I'm addicted to it. You know what I mean? I started this thing. I need to see it through. So I put my earbuds in, just get a little distance, just get a little space. And I hit talk. Same guy goes, hey, Larry, what's going on? Yeah, now he's calling me Larry. He knows something's up, but I'm not about to back down. I go, nothing much, man. What's going on with you? And he goes, well, I got us on conference call with Janelle and Marie. And I was like, okay, here we go. Why we play the game, you guys. This is why we play the game. So I go, welcome to the call, ladies, as if to say, welcome to the show. You know what I mean? Here we go. Marie takes the lead. She goes, hey, Larry, what time is it where you are? I live in LA, they're in New York, it's 5:30, so I go, 8:30. It's 8:30. She goes, really, what's the weather like? And I was like, oh, weather's nice, weather's nice. She goes, you know, this doesn't sound like Larry. And I go, oh yeah? Who's it sound like? And a random guy chirps him from the back and he goes, sounds like Bruce! Sounds like Bruce! Like he's gonna blow this case wide open. And I go, listen guys, this isn't Larry and it isn't Bruce. And Marie goes, who is this? I said, I'm just some guy who had nothing better to do than to mess with you guys. And Marie got pissed. She was not happy. She goes, you understand we're trying to run a business over here? And I was like, yeah, well, I got that from the budget. I just figured it was a business. And she goes, what do you think? This is some kind of joke? And I was like, well, a little bit. Thought it's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. And she goes, let me ask you something. And I go, no, you let me ask you something. And she goes, what? And I go, where we at with the budget?
So again, if you guys know who he is, please let me know. I've been looking for this comedian for a while now. I've been waiting to put this video up because I've been looking so long to try to find out who this dude is. I want to find more material with him. I want to follow this guy so bad. Please, if you find him on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, anything, let me know so I can figure out who this dude is. Okay. At the same time, my phone number, I get wrong numbers all the time. Like, it's like a daily thing with me. Well, the thing is, I'm the type of person I like to talk to people anyway. So, hey, whatever. But I get wrong phone numbers all the time, and my mailbox isn't set up either. So there's times where I can't get into my mailbox, and then people will like get upset with me because like I don't return their phone calls, but they left me a message and stuff. And I'm almost sure that once I'm able to get into my mailbox and hear all my voice messages and stuff, I'm gonna have a lot of crazy messages. But I'm gonna tell you a couple quick stories real quick, a couple quick confessions. So my last four digits of my phone number is 1000, so 1000. Okay. Now I think it's like a medical clinic or something that has those it's like 1001. Because I get a lot of people calling from Detroit and they're calling to talk to like a doctor at like a clinic or something. It's like Henry Ford Healthcare or something like that. And I get those phone calls all the time. And there's other times where I just get like really random phone calls where it's like it has nothing to do with, you know, dialing that, you know, that number out, whatever. Dialing the number of the medical clinic. So there was one time where I got a phone call and I answered the phone and it's like, oh God, I think it was like 3 a.m. It's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, whatever. At that time I was like trying my, like, you might not believe it, but I go to work out. And I was trying to get out the house to go to the gym, and it was late that day. I remember that day. So I'm leaving the house and my phone rings. So I'm like, I quickly pick it up because I know that ring is not my ringtone for my alarms, because I have an alarm set for like every 20 minutes to make sure I get up and get out the house, because right after I leave for the gym, and after I leave gym I gotta go to work. You need to know that, but whatever. So phone rings, I quickly pick it up. Hello? Automatically, just off rip, this lady just starts cutting into me. Where the fuck are you? You know good and well you supposed to be home with your kids. Where are you at? I'm like, leaving the house? Oh, why you lying? I'm at the house right now. I'm in the car in front of the house. I'm like, are you? Yes, I am. You know good and well you should have been where you supposed to be. I don't see no lights on in the house. I know good and well you ain't in the house sleeping. What are you doing? What are you doing? You probably at that bitch's house. No. Yes, you are. Why are you lying to me? I got your kids in the back seat. Oh. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm not sure who you're trying to call. My name is Karsten. Why are you lying? I'm not lying. My name is Karsten. Karsten Colbert. That's my real name. And I don't know who you are. You dialed the wrong number. Clearly, you dialed the wrong number. I don't know you. Oh, so you think that me and you gonna have a relationship and you just gonna leave me like this? I'm not trying to leave you. You literally dialed the wrong number. Hold on. So I hold, which I probably shouldn't have, but I hold. She clicks back over and goes, sorry, hangs up the phone. So I take it she realized she dialed the wrong number. Like, what the hell was that? All right, I'm gonna tell you guys about this one too. So this isn't a wrong number type situation, but what happened was, I lived in Southgate, and when I was living in Southgate, I lived in an apartment. And in the apartment that I lived in, I was like on the 4th floor, and around that time period, there were a lot of people where they were talking about people like breaking in like to like different places and stuff like that. So what happened was, so I'm sitting at home, and while I'm in the apartment, and while I'm at the apartment, that's me opening up the door. While I'm at the apartment, I'm alone, and I can hear somebody like come into the apartment. Now, if you're in the shower and hear somebody come into your apartment, your first instinct is, oh, it's probably my girl or, my boyfriend or whatever. And so I let the shower keep running. I don't say anything. I get out. Because I know that it can't be my girl, because at that time she didn't have a car. So I'm like, it can't be her. And I was at the house taking a shower, preparing to leave to go and pick her up. So who the hell coming into my house right now? Like, this is weird. So I cracked the door a little bit and I look, and I can see somebody standing right there, like right where my bathroom was. Right outside the bathroom was like a closet, and then you do look around the closet, there's the door, and then there's the kitchen. And it was Village Green, if anybody's ever lived in Michigan, Village Green of Southgate. So I peer out, I look, and I'm like, what the heck? Now, this isn't a wrong number type situation. I'm like, oh, you in the wrong house type situation. So I'm like, oh, I don't know who this is. But I see something like on his waist, and I'm like, oh, that's probably a gun. So I'm like, okay. Now, mind you, I could just be jumping to conclusions, but you did just enter into my place, where I dwell. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is it. So I tackled him naked. Now, I don't have a good body naked. Maybe that's why he was freaking out. Or he could have been freaking out because it was a naked guy attacking him in general. But that's another reason why I'm trying to work out, to get my body back in shape. But neither here or there. So I attack him, and he's down. So we're tussling on the ground or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell? What? I'm trying to make sure he don't grab his waist. And I'm yelling. Then somebody else opens their door, and so at this point, the guy's trying, like, you can hear the people outside opening their doors. So I'm yelling, I'm tussling around, and he's trying to, like, get out. But the way the doors were set up is like, if you come in, the door will like automatically close. So a lot of times you have to like try to have a way to prop your door open. So he's screaming like, get off me. So he's trying to grab at the door now. I'm like, nope. So we're tussling around the ground and everything. Finally, he gets the doorknob. He pulls it open, but he's trying to get out, but he can't because the door is like hitting against his shoulder. And finally, like, he gets me off of him a little bit. So at this point, I'm freaking out because I'm like, he's about to grab his gun. So he then gets out of the apartment and he runs. So I come out in the apartment, but I hold the door. And I'm like, hey, like yelling. Now, I know you guys are wondering, why would there be a guy, Charlie, inside of your apartment? I'm gonna tell you why. So what happened was, apparently, they had put all these notes up on everybody's doors, saying that somebody was going to be coming to check our smoke detectors inside of all of our units, but it wasn't someone within the actual property. Like, it's somebody outside the property, like an outside company, basically. But they gave us all these. I remember them putting like the piece of papers on our doors and stuff. But you throw that stuff away. And apparently they had wrote a letter and put it in our mailboxes too. So they were really thorough to let us know, hey, there's gonna be somebody come into your apartment. Now, here's the problem. When he came to the apartment, normally I put the chain on the door, but that day I was in a rush and I didn't put the chain on the door. Go figure. So when he got to the apartment, he knocked. I was in the shower. I didn't hear the knock. He then entered the residence and then got attacked by a close to 300-pound fat black man when he was just trying to do his job. Now, I don't know who he is. I haven't seen him ever again. But just like with that comedian, if you guys know who he is, please comment down below so I can send him my deepest apology. Not only for attacking him while being naked, but the sheer thought of, I mean, he probably needs help right now with his medical bills and stuff, because he has brain damage, psychological damage, because he was one of the many few that were able to see me butt ass naked. So since he saw me in the book, I'm pretty sure at this point now, there's a lot of things in his life he don't really give a fuck about. But I'm sorry, and I apologize that you had to be one of the many few. There's women that have seen me naked that their lives is never the same. That's probably the reason why my wife acts the way she acts now. She was probably a well-functioning human being, and then she saw me naked for the first time, and her brain just went, no, life is just not what it should be. Everything is wrong. Right is up, right is wrong, and left is right, and north is south, and up is down. Obviously, because she saw my body naked. My body has that appeal on people. I don't know why I told you all that, but still. And the whole point of this video was to tell you guys about a wrong number. So I kind of gave you guys too much information, didn't I? Yep. It's kind of my problem. I gave you guys too much information. So, yeah. So here you go. You guys know about that situation. And there's no positive way to really end it at this point. I mean, it's all out there. So have some teas and crumpets, have some milk and cookies, have some chips and soda, and try to have a good day after me putting that thought into your brain. Anywho, if anybody ever received a wrong call before and it was crazy, please comment down below, or on Charlie Brown's Facebook, or on Charlie Brown and Around the Town's Instagram, or maybe you can tweet it. Either or, yeah, I probably just lost people and freaked you guys all out. Yeah. Yep. So at this point now, I went from having 46 people actually as subscribers, and at this point now, I probably lost half. So now I'm down to about 20 something viewers, but it's okay. It's all right. Probably shouldn't put this video up at this point now. Yep, shouldn't do it. Probably will, because I'm stupid. Yeah. So please stop picturing my naked body, all wet from being in the shower, but clean. If you guys have any mental breakdowns or anything caused by this video, you can leave me a message, and I will do my best to pay for your psychology bills. If you can pick up what I'm putting down. Around the Town, Kharlie Brown. Why the hell did I tell him that extra story? I could have just told him the one story. Huh? Dogs out of the bag. Cats out of the bag. God, leave. Yeah.